This is a Flying Cow production.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome once again to Movie Battles, the newest project on the Flying Cow. I am your host, the Flying Cow himself, Clay Johnson, and as always, Movie Battles is where we take the very best of my friends who said yes, and we pit them against each other in Disney Pixar movie trivia. But I am not doing this all on my lonesome. No, I have here with me today the man, the myth, the legend, the answer man, Alex Lavelle. How we doing, Alex?
Not only am I man, myth, and legend, but there is in fact at least one theater ghost named for me. This is true.
What an honor. I just want to say, like, I honestly can't think of a higher honor than to be named for a ghost haunting a theater.
Yeah, I am already tormenting high schoolers.
Hey, that.
Yep, and I'm not even dead. Or hey, am I?
That's an achievement. That is an achievement. Well, before we get too far into this, I want to give credit where it is due. The format for this game, as well as several questions, the ones I didn't write myself, were sourced from the Movie Trivia Schmodown. So, if you enjoy what you see here today and you would like to see more of it on a larger scale, covering more movies, check out the Movie Trivia Schmodown and tell them the cow sent you. They'll have no clue what that means, but, you know, it'll be fun. So, but one more thing before we get started, just want to let you guys know that there are two ways that you can enjoy this today. You can either catch us on our podcast feed, on the Flying Cow podcast feed. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Spotify. Or if you prefer to look us right in the mug, you can check us out on YouTube and just search the Flying Cow or Movie Battles, and we should be right there for you. Well, I got to say, going right now into today's match for the tournament, we have already seen the fairest Amanda Van Heil vanquishing the doomstress Allison Mitchell.
And we have seen Jack, the good boy Allison, defeat the maestro Chris Mitchell.
But now we have the gentleman, Patrick Hill, going up against Nicki, the Nova Baldwin. It's going to be an exciting match. How much are you looking forward to this match, Alex?
You know, I go into these never knowing what to expect. I could not tell you who will come out on top here because, as we have learned so many times, the luck of the draw can really make or break a game for someone.
True. Absolutely. Well, what do you say we go ahead and bring in today's competitors? Sound good?
Send in the first victim.
All right.
I mean, competitor.
Yeah, you know. All right. Well, introducing first, representing good taste. His favorite films include The Lion King, Oliver and Company, and Finding Nemo. His wardrobe is as sharp as his wit. He is the gentleman, Patrick Hill.
Thank you, Clay. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here with us today.
I'm ready to just clean the floor with my competitor here and show people what it means to be a true Disney fan.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and bring your competitor in, shall we? And his opponent, representing the Cosmos. Her favorite films include Up, the Toy Story franchise, and Wreck-It Ralph. When she's not studying trivia, she's studying more trivia. She is Nicki, the Nova Baldwin. How we doing today?
This gator, good, and this gator is ready to have a bulldog for breakfast.
Ooh, bringing their schools into it. Look at that. This
Yes, go dogs.
All right. Well, let us go ahead and start off with the rules for round number 1. In this round, 8 questions from random categories will be given to all competitors. Competitors will have 15 seconds to write down their answers. Answers must be said aloud while revealing their response. Each question in this round is worth 1 point. If either competitor answers all questions correctly, they will have a perfect round and trigger a 1-point bonus question. Competitors may request a question to be repeated 3 times throughout the match. Each competitor will also have a challenge wherein they can challenge any ruling that they disagree with. If their challenge is upheld, then they will keep their challenge. There is no stealing in this round. Competitors, do you have any questions about the rules for round number 1?
Nope.
All right, then let's go ahead and get this started. Here we go with round number 1. Starting off with question number 1 in the category of early classics, which is films from the 30s and early 40s. Your question: which early classic film was based on a novel by Felix Salten, which follows the life of a young deer growing up in the forest? Nature books. Gotta be.
Nature. Can't live without it.
It's true, actually. Yeah, it's very true. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Patrick, we will be starting with you. What do we have?
That would be Bambi, Clay.
All right. And Nicki, what about you?
I also have Bambi.
Bambi is correct. So we're starting this off tied 1-1.
We turn our attention now to the Renaissance. These films mostly come from the 1990s. Question number 2. In The Lion King, what is the name of the rock formation that is the home to the king of the land?
I don't know that I'd want to live on a rock formation. That sounds really uncomfortable.
Yeah, but it's great for exfoliation.
Sure.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Nicki, we'll start with you this turn.
Is it Pride Rock?
It is indeed. Patrick, what did you have?
I also have Pride Rock.
All right. Keeping it tied up 2-2. Moving forward to question number 3, which is The Dark Times, the films of the 2000s. And your question is, what film follows Experiment 626, who forms a bond with a young Earth girl?
You know, Clay, my first car was a Mazda 626.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Tree. Just beautiful.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Patrick, let's start with you. What do we have?
I have Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch is correct. And Nicki.
I also have Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch. They are keeping it tied up neck and neck. 3-2-3.
Well, maybe their Pixar knowledge will separate them. Question number 4. In what Pixar film will you find the characters Flick, Hopper, and Heimlich?
I don't think I'd want the name Heimlich. That
No.
sounds rather either dangerous or just gross.
It certainly invites discomfort.
Hmm.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicki, let's have your answer first.
A Bug's Life.
That is right. Patrick, what did you have?
I also have A Bug's Life.
Bug's Life.
Keeping it tied up at 4 apiece.
Look at that. All right, moving into question number 5, which sees us in the realm of the decline and wilderness. This covers the films from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Your question is, what film is an adaptation of a novel by Charles Dickens about a young orphan boy who falls in with petty criminals?
And in 5, 4,
Repeat,
3.
please.
All right, repeat. What film is an adaptation of a novel by Charles Dickens about a young orphan boy who falls in with petty criminals? She got that repeat just in time there. It's always good to know how to use those repeats.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Patrick, let's start with you. What do we got?
That would be one of my favorites, Oliver and Company.
Oliver and Company is correct. And Nicki.
Also Oliver and Company.
All right, looks like that repeat paid off. They are both
Right.
still in contention for that bonus question at the end of the round. Just got to stay perfect.
Well, we'll see how they do with this, the category that seems to trip up most of our competitors. Package films of the 1940s. For your 6th question, what was the first package film which featured different shorts about life in South America? We're at 5, 4,
Repeat, please.
3.
Okay.
What was the first package film which featured different shorts about life in South America?
Never been to South America. Have you, Alex?
I haven't either.
Always
And
been.
we're looking for those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicki, we will start with you.
Saludos, amigos.
Correctamente. Y usted, Patrick?
I put the Three Caballeros.
In the same family, but not quite. Not quite.
That means Nicki has pulled ahead by a point. We are 6-5.
And she is still perfect. Looking for that bonus question. We'll see if she can pull it off. Question number 7, category of classics, films from the 1950s. In Peter Pan, what is the name of the Darling's dog?
I truly think this remains the standout character of that movie. Definitely my favorite as a kid. Still the one I remember best as an adult.
It's
who has
already
not revisited it.
problematic.
So I hear.
Yeah.
We're at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. We'll start with you, Patrick.
I put Nana.
Nana is correct. Nicki.
I also put Nana.
All right. Holding on. Patrick not far behind, 6-7.
That brings us to the CG revolution of the 2010s. And the final question, barring a bonus, of this round. In what film will you find characters such as Go-Go, Wasabi, Honey Lemon, and Baymax?
How do you get a name like Honey Lemon? Does that just mean you E?
Maybe. I know that those are 2 ingredients I use regularly in cocktails.
There you go.
And we'll be looking for those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicki, you're up first.
Big Hero 6.
That is it. Guaranteeing that bonus question. What did you have, Patrick?
Also Big Hero 6.
All right.
All right.
So kept it tight in round 1, but Nicki was able to get that perfect round. So she gets that bonus question. So Nicki, this question is only to you. You do not have to write down your answer. You can just say it out loud. So the question is, who provides the voice of Princess Anna in Frozen?
Kristen Bell.
Correct. All right. So Nicki is now ahead 9-7. Going into round number 2. That's not a bad place for Patrick to be. He's just looking to have a good round 2. So let's go ahead and go through the rules. So in round number 2, this is also called the wheel round. Each competitor spins the wheel. You actually get the opportunity to spin twice unless you land on opponent's choice. Otherwise, if you do not like your first category, you can choose to spin again. Competitors will get the opportunity to answer 4 questions from their chosen category. Questions in this round are worth 2 points. If you would like to, multiple choice is available in this round. However, it does drop the point value down to 1 point. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer each question. If they do not get their question correct, their opponent has the opportunity to steal. Repeats and challenges are still in effect for this round. Bring up this wheel. Now, Nicki, because you are in the lead, you have the opportunity to choose. Would you like to go first or defer to your opponent?
I would like to go first, please.
All right, let me actually bring up your wheel. All right, here we go. So, you are going to go first. So let us go ahead and spin this wheel. And you landed on the category of Renaissance. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I would like to spin again, please.
All right, we're going to spin again. All right, so we have the category of the decline. These are films that came from the 60s and 70s. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to move into those questions for Nicki. The decline, films from the 60s and 70s. Let us go ahead. Nicki has spun the decline. So we're going to go ahead and move into these questions in round number 2. Nicki, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So question number 1. In Robin Hood, what animal does Robin dress as to compete in the archery competition?
Multiple choice.
All right, those options are: is it A, a stork, B, a beaver, C, a warthog, or D, a turtle?
Can I hear the options one more time, please?
Yes. Those options are: is it A, a stork, B, a beaver, C, a warthog, or D, a turtle?
Is it stork?
Stork is correct for 1 point. All right. So moving on to question number 2. Your question is, in the Jungle Book, who was the son of the director who took over for the voice of Mowgli?
Multiple choice.
Your options for that are: is it A, Bruce Reitherman, B, David Reitherman, C, Richard Reitherman, or D, Wolfgang Reitherman?
Is it David Reitherman?
David is incorrect. Patrick, let me go ahead and read that question for you again. You have the opportunity to steal. In the Jungle Book, who was the son of the director who took over the voice of Mowgli? Was it A, Bruce Reitherman, B, David Reitherman, C, Richard Reitherman, or D, Wolfgang Reitherman?
Is it C, Richard Reitherman?
That is also incorrect. The correct answer was Bruce Reitherman. All right. So moving on to question number 3, penultimate question in Nicki's round number 2 in the decline. In The Sword in the Stone, what is the name of Merlin's owl?
Multiple choice.
Okay. Those options are: is it A, Copernicus, B, Socrates, C, Archimedes, or D, Aristotle?
Copernicus?
Copernicus is incorrect. So, Patrick, I will once again read the question for you. In The Sword in the Stone, what is the name of Merlin's owl? Is it A, Copernicus, B, Socrates, C, Archimedes, or D, Aristotle?
I believe that would be C, Archimedes.
Archimedes is correct for a 1-point steal. All right.
I honestly had no idea. I just like the name Copernicus.
Yeah, no, it's a fun
I think
name.
they would all work really nice for an owl.
All right. So moving on to the final question in this round. What film features a jealous butler named Edgar? I'm going to read that again.
The Aristocats.
The Aristocats is correct for 2 points. Even through my bumbling and stumbling, she got that answer correct. So at the end of her round, Nicki now leads 12-8. So
That is correct.
Patrick is looking for a strong round 2 to see if he can take the lead. So let us go ahead and bring up the wheel for this round. All right. Spin that wheel. And you got the category of voice actors. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
Let's spin again.
Okay. And you've landed on spinner's choice. So take a look at the wheel and let us know, what would you like
Let's do the Renaissance.
All right, Patrick, your first question in the category of Renaissance. In The Little Mermaid, what old school comedian and Disney legend provides the voice of Scuttle?
Multiple choice.
Option A, Buddy Hackett. B, Don Rickles. C, Danny Kaye. D, Don Knotts.
A, Buddy Hackett.
That's correct. Moving on to question 2. What were the names of the talking gargoyles who are Quasimodo's friends in The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Multiple choice.
Option A, Huey, Dewey, and Louise. B, Victor, Hugo, and Laverne. C, Alexander, Dumas, and Mercedes. D, Jane, Austin, and Charles.
That would be B, Victor, Hugo, and Laverne.
It would indeed.
1 point.
Moving on to question 3. In the film, what Star Trek actor portrays Mulan's ancestral patriarch?
Multiple choice.
A, Leonard Nimoy. B, Walter Koenig. C, George Takei. D, James Doohan.
C, George Takei.
That is correct. And your final question of this round. According to Disney's version of Hercules, who is his mother?
Multiple choice.
A, Alcmene. B, Electrine. C, Calliope. D, Hera.
D, Hera.
That is correct. Which means after round 2, Patrick, you have 12 points to match Nicki's 12 points. We are at a tie game.
Oh, look at that. Okay, yes. So moving forward to round number 3, like Alex said, we are at a tied game. So let us go ahead into round number 3. And I am going to read the rules right now. So the rules for round number 3. In round number 3, competitors will pick 3 numbers between 1 through 20 that correspond to 3 random categories. Each competitor gets 3 questions. Those questions are worth 2, 3, and 5 points respectively. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer their questions. There is no stealing or multiple choice in this round, and repeats and challenges are still in effect. Do you guys have any questions about the rules for round number 3?
Ready to go?
There you go.
All right, then let us go ahead and get into this round. We are tied at 12 all, but Nicki, you are the favorite going into the match, so you will have the opportunity to pick your numbers first. What 3 numbers would you like to select?
8, 2, and 9.
8, 2, and 9. All right. And Patrick, what about you, sir?
8 is my favorite number. So let's do 18.
Okay. 18.
7.
7.
And 1.
18, 7, and 1. All right.
I'm so sorry. It's my boyfriend's birthday.
My birthday's March 8th. So like, yeah, it's one of those.
I mean, the numbers I picked were his birthday.
Oh, the actual. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Awesome.
I'm sorry though about 8.
Nah, that's good.
All right. So, Patrick, we're going to start with you. We're going to see if you can send this back to Nicki with your 2-point question in the category of the dark times. These are films from the 2000s. In Meet the Robinsons, What name does Lewis's adopted family randomly change his name to?
Richard.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was Cornelius, because that's what you want to do to an adopted kid. Take his name away from him. All right. Moving on to, we're going to go to Nicki's 2-pointer, see if she can pull ahead. All right. This is your 2-point question in the category of package films.
At least it's the 2.
Right?
Right.
So, what is the only package film with only 2 segments?
The Adventures of Mr. Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
That is correct. The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. So, Nicki pulls ahead by 2. So we go back to Patrick for his 3-point question. And Patrick, your 3-point question was number 7, correct?
Yes.
And that corresponds to the category of princesses. In The Princess and the Frog, what is the name of Tiana's restaurant at the end of the film?
Beignets. I don't remember.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was Tiana's Palace. So we are moving on to Patrick's 5-point question. Now, if Patrick gets this correct, then he will send it back to Nicki. However, if he misses it, Nicki will win this match. So, Patrick, your 5-point question was number 1, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Your 5-point question corresponds to the category of The Wilderness. These are films from the 80s. Your question is, what successful voice artist and sitcom actor provided the voice of the toy maker Hiram Flaversham in The Great Mouse Detective?
Can you repeat the question?
Absolutely. What successful voice artist and sitcom actor provided the voice of the toy maker Hiram Flaversham in The Great Mouse Detective?
David Hyde Pierce.
And your winner, Nicki the Nova Baldwin. The correct answer we were looking for was Alan Young. Alan Young. So congratulations, guys. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys turn off your cameras real quick, and we'll bring you guys back in for interviews in just a second. Wow, that was quite a match.
Yeah, it went down to the very end.
It really did. I mean, Patrick didn't force Nicki to have to answer her 5-pointer, but he sent it back to her and she sent it back to him, and he unfortunately just couldn't answer after that. But yeah, that was quite a match. Really impressed with both of these competitors.
Absolutely tightest we've seen so far.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's go ahead and bring back in the gentleman.
Hello, hello.
There he is. All right. Patrick, I got to say, that was impressive. I don't care win, loss, that was impressive. That was really good.
It was fun. It was fun. Congrats to Nicki. She is definitely a fellow Disney fan. Some of those were hard. There's some things I just don't know, and so I was like, well, these are the ones I don't know.
Yeah, and it's tough when it comes down to those 5-pointers because those 5-pointers are hard. They're
Yeah.
You really have to know your stuff.
I don't even know who Alan Young is. I'm gonna have to Google it later. I was like, can I think of a British sitcom actor? All right, well,
he was also the voice of Scrooge McDuck.
okay.
So yeah,
awesome. I learned some new stuff. That's always fun in my Disney trivia vault now.
Yeah.
So when I play it again somewhere else or here again, one day. So
absolutely. Well, I gotta say, Patrick, are we gonna be able to get you back in here despite this loss?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll come back for round 2.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, we will see you later, sir.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
All right. Go ahead and drop out your camera. All right. And let's bring Nicki back in, our victor for this match. How intense was that?
That was very intense. I knew going to this I would have, pun intended, a hill to climb. But yeah, I felt super good after I won, but man, those decline films were tough.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, so look at the wheel. It was like I knew exactly what I was gonna stick with, and that was far from it. But no, I got lucky. I was very worried about package films, but I pulled out the 2-pointer. So
how do you feel about actually basically winning the match by answering a package film question?
that feels incredible. And like you said, it's the look of the draw. It's what you do and don't know. Because that was a very rough 5-pointer. So no, but props to him where he gave me a run for my money on it. No, super grateful and very excited to continue on.
All right. Well, I will say, we already know you will be going up against Jack, the good. Oh, actually, we don't know because we're gonna have to refilm that match. But
liar!
I know. I'm sorry. I don't want to just assume. But you have the possibility of going up against Jack, the good boy Allison, or the maestro Chris Mitchell. Do you have a favorite here, or are you just looking for good competition?
I like good competition. I could see if I can make a good boy bad, or if I'm also into music. So we'll have to see. I would be happy with either of them. But I'm very intimidated either way.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing that match in the next round. So thank you for being with us, Nicki, and we'll see you then.
Thanks. See y'all later.
All right. Well, yeah, I think that's definitely the most intense match we have had so far. Definitely the closest so far as well. So yeah, looking forward to the next round and the next match.
For sure. We never know how these things are going to turn out. The questions that come up there at the end, like you said, can be make or break, and seeing someone finally score off package films was quite the reversal based on our last couple of games.
Absolutely. But coming up in our next match, we have a confrontation between the chart master, Hannah Kiefer, and kind of an enigma here, Watkins, the Watkins. What do you think we can expect from this match, Alex?
Well, these are primordial forces. The enigma, the Watkins, clearly a force for chaos. Anyone who dabbles in chart making is a force of order. This is truly structure versus entropy, chaos versus order, primordial forces at work, fighting over Disney trivia.
Yeah. Looking forward to that next time. But as always, thank you guys for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Where to Where did Patrick go? He was here just a second ago.
I'm here.
There he is.
I was gonna say maybe he went to go hibernate because that's an
No.
awesome bear. Oh my god, you're a bulldog.
I am. Go dogs.
He's
Ew.